But she stays out. She does extras. Laura Coombs is out there doing extras. Hempo, Mary Fowler. They're a real good bunch in that sense of working hard and trying to improve at their game.
Gareth, congratulations.
Thank you.
Massive you, I'm sure. Player. Jess Park, what a player.
Yeah, really good. I think the kind of cherry on the cake we've been looking for with Jess has been the goals and assists, and she gave us that today on a big stage. So performance was good. With and without the ball, she drives really well and gives us a lot of energy and a lot of quality. And also, I think a pick out for Bunny and her goal was pretty special as well. Still a lot for Bunny to do, and she did it really well against obviously a good keeper in Mary and pressure from both sides. But yeah, Jess has stepped into the opportunity really well. I think when you think about how patient she had to be, she's done really well in that space.
I know when we spoke to you yesterday, you were saying 6 games to go, now 5 games to go.
Yeah.
Even closer to that title. Does it start to feel now that this year could be the
It's always felt like that. When we started the season, our first game at West Ham, the performance was very good. You start to see things in the team. We obviously there's a long way from that point then to where we are now, and yeah, full credit to the players, full credit to the group. The group behind the group to get us to this position to where we are, because it's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of trust, and yeah, we're there now. We the most important thing now, obviously, is because we've always been pretty much chasing, and now all of a sudden we look like we're top, and things will invariably change tomorrow, is not to worry too much about anything else. We just have to control what we can control, and that's what this week had been about. That's what last week was about against Brighton, and yeah, the girls have done that really well.
Gareth, congratulations. I guess irrespective of what this means for the season, for the title race, this must have felt special today with the occasion and the opponent.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's probably something. This felt similar to Old Trafford when I was asked after the game, and I think it was, if you guys have been fortunate enough to speak to me 24 hours later, I'd have been able to give you more about how it feels, because this is obviously a different game today, and it's a derby, it's a Manchester derby, of course, and we want to be there and we want to be successful, and fortunately this season we have been. But yeah, you put so much energy into the preparation and the performance, so that it's probably only when you come back after 24 hours that you go, well, do you know what, that was amazing, what we did yesterday. So really pleased. We're making good steps. We had, obviously, Alana had to come into the team late today for Laya, and she stood up to the task really well, because that's really difficult when you've probably not had enough minutes under your belt and you come into that situation and then have to deal with all of the direct balls, which is fantastic for Alana, because she loves that type of game, defending the box really well. So yeah, players at the right times really stood up today.
You seem to take maybe just a little bit of time to find your feet at the beginning of the game. Was that maybe because of the occasion and it's being a fairly unfamiliar environment for you, or are we reading too much?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I thought we were nervous here last year in the first half. We were lucky that we were able to train here 2 days ago, which I think really helped, and the ground staff were really supportive in that. But yeah, this is a big game today. There's no getting away from it. You can't downplay it. It's a big derby anyway, no matter where you play it. Then you bring it obviously into the stadium. Fantastic support today from both teams. And yeah, I felt like we kind of started the game quite well, and then we just kind of created our own issues with allowing United 5 minutes of pressure, a few half attempts. And then we go up the other end, and within the first couple of pressures we make on their back four, we end up with 2 goals. And just before half time, we get that 2-goal cushion, which is always a bit of a dodgy scoreline. But to come out and score that goal we did was great.
And Khadija Shaw, obviously, a record-breaking goal today. Hasn't taken her very long to get there, but what does that record show about kind of her status in the club's history?
Yeah, amazing. And I think, like you say, how short a time it's taken her to get there. I think Bunny's just a unique player. She really is. She's not only does she give us the goal, she's a big focal point for the team. She has a good game, she has her poorer games, but she gives everything for the team. And I think her game's improved a lot since she first came from France. And she's a really good personality to work with. She's honest. She helps the team. and her goals are so important for us.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Gareth. Massive congratulations.
Thank
Can
you.
I just ask how Leah Alexandri is doing?
Yeah, Laya's okay. I mean, she had an issue after a tackle at Brighton last week. It was a bit of a block tackle, and yeah, I think she trained the last 2 days absolutely fine. We knew it was a concern, and it was just in the warm-up that she couldn't make any long passes. So we made the decision. We already anticipated it because our medical team were on it, and of course we had to speak to Alana straight away. But like I say, she adapted so well. She's an experienced player, Alana, and she's probably been a little bit unfortunate that she's not had the necessary game time that she feels because of how well those two have done in Alex and Laya. I think they've been superb this season. So for Alana to come in and play the way she did today, and I thought was spot on, and she's got high standards. You know, we spoke at the end, and she felt better in the second half. She felt more like herself, and of course it takes time.
And please could I ask one more question about Jess Park? The kind of runs into the box to attack the boxers from midfield, is that something that you've particularly worked on with her? Because she obviously used that to good effect today.
Yeah, of course we work on that with all the players. Those players who play in the attacking positions have to be creative. They have to create assists. They have to obviously get shots in, score goals, and yeah, like I said previously, that was the bit we've probably been working on really well with Jess. But she stays out. She does extras. Laura Coombs is out there doing extras. Hempo, Mary Fowler. You know, they're a real good bunch in that sense of working hard and trying to improve at their game.
Gareth, can I just ask about Chloe Kelly? She's obviously been on the bench the last few games. Is it just a case of sort of resting her after a lot of minutes? Is it, Mary Fowler seems to have taken her opportunity quite well. Is it loading management? What's the thinking behind just?
It's just basically we have good players. We have good players, and we put Mary into the FA Cup game. She scores. She scores against Brighton last week. Mary's a very good player. She started the first 8 or 9 games, I think, this season for us. And of course, the demands are really high of what we ask for in kind of goals and assists from those players, without it being all about that. But no, Mary's took her opportunity, and now Chloe, what she has to do is work hard every day in training to be ready. I think that's the main thing, is to be ready. And when she gets the opportunities, and sometimes today, if we don't concede, maybe she gets an opportunity, and other times maybe not. But regardless, the levels have to be good, and that's the same for all of the players. And I think Jess is probably a case in point with that one, that her attitude and her enthusiasm and her level of training performances was very good, whether she played or not. So I think that's a big plus for her.
Gareth, it must have probably hurt the squad finishing below United in the league last season, but the gap between the two clubs now is 15 points, and obviously you've won all 3 games against them, which must be quite satisfying given kind of last season.
Yeah, it is. I think last season they had a really good season. You have to give them great credit. They were very good last season. They had the best defensive record. They only conceded 12 goals, and it wasn't enough for them to win the league, but they ran it close. And yeah, the WSL title always seems to go to the final game. I don't see it being anything different this season. So yeah, for us, it's another 3 points. It feels more, but that's all it is. And we move to the next one. The margins still remain tight, and I don't see that changing between now and the end of the season.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.